Alright, what's going on, guys? So, we just recorded our first Kenobi trailer video. That was my first reaction on the channel. This is going to be our second one. So, today we're going to be reacting to Carly King's custom painted sabers. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, if you guys don't know what I'm doing, I'm actually working on opening a Facebook page to do custom painted sabers. I have a bunch of videos on those on my TikTok, so if you want to see those, go follow over there. But before we get into that reaction video, I just want to show you guys some cool stuff. So I actually met Carly this weekend at Collective Con. I didn't get any videos. I was planning on asking her to make a video with me, like maybe a TikTok or something, on today, Sunday, when I went back. But some stuff happened. Wound up not being able to come back on Sunday, mostly because of gas prices. Dude, I paid $65 to fill up my tank today. Regular gas, yeah, it was $4.60. So, anyways, I took some pictures. We got a couple cool pictures with her. So. I'm going to show you guys those. We're going to go switch to this. I'm going to open this. And so this is my buddy Nick on the left, right here. This is me. And this is Carly in her Fennec Shane cosplay, which is fantastic, by the way. So yeah, this was super dope. These are both LGT sabers on the left. This is a Saber Trio saber, guys. If you guys don't know, Saber Trios is one of the best companies. These are both Imperial Workshop, which Carly actually works with. She has like their biggest promo video, and they work together. I never understood why Saber Trio was so much better until I saw it in person. Dude, look at that brightness, bro. That is insane to me. Like, don't get me wrong, for the LGT sabers, for the price, can't beat it. In my opinion, if I'm gonna recommend anything, don't even buy baselit. Don't even waste your time on AliExpress sabers or Amazon sabers. Spend the extra $60 for 160. You can get a Scav Hilt 2.0. It used to be Profi. It is now Xeno. Xeno's better, in my opinion, for starters. Profi's better when you're a little bit more knowledgeable in what you're doing and what you want to do. I personally like Profi the best, but I definitely know why Xeno's the cheapest and most usable. But on top of that, look at the hilt. You can't really see it in this picture. I'll try and find a picture of it later, but that's a custom painted Slytherin, or custom acid etch, sorry, not painted, Slytherin hilt. So that thing's crazy. But yeah, so that's that picture. So like I was saying, I do custom saber hilts. I actually hooked Carly up with this saber hilt here. I added a little weathering, but I forgot to take a picture of it, so you got the process before it was weathered. I could have just left it like this, but I think weathering makes sabers look way better. But like if you guys ever order a saber, of course, whatever you want, I can leave it this way. I can do weathering. I can do more weathering or less. So yeah, I hooked her up with this. She was super happy. She was super sweet. She was just a really good person. She said some pretty encouraging words, and she was awesome, man. And then a while back, I made 2 sound font intro clips for her, and I can play those for you guys right now. But this is her reaction to those intro clips. I can play those right now if I pull this up. Boom. So this is her first one.
Lightsaber Queen.
Let me turn this up. I'm gonna have to turn it back down because the next one's kind of loud.
Lightsaber Queen.
So that was the intro clip. So when you switch to that intro clip, or when you switch to that font, that's what plays. And then everybody's favorite.
Kenobi!
It's so loud, but it's so funny, dude. One more time.
Kenobi!
Oh my goodness. So I got those from her on her stream. I asked her to do some quips and I turned them into the fonts. So that was dope. Super cool. As you can tell, she was freaking out. She thought it was so funny. Anyways, so now we're going to get into the video. So here she takes a $90 Kyber saber, I believe it was, from Amazon. Either way, you can get from AliExpress or Amazon for about $100. You can get a baselit saber. I don't think they have smooth swing, but for a lot of TikTokers, we don't even use sound. I personally do. I just because it makes me feel like I'm really in Star Wars. But so we're gonna get right into this YouTube video. We're gonna like this real quick. Oh, you can see all the videos I just downloaded out of my email. Anyways, let's get into this video. And we'll see where Carly goes with her saber. I've seen this
Today
video
we're
already
going to be
as
turning
well.
her lightsaber from this to this. Basically, this will be a tutorial on how to weather your lightsaber, how to age it, how to make it look more realistic, add some leather, add some really cool stuff to it. Personally, I've always wanted to weather one of my lightsabers. Most companies sell this exact lightsaber, and I thought I would weather this one because it's a very basic design, and we can do a lot to it. The majority of you guys, and the majority of the people who are just getting into lightsabers, have this basic lightsaber. So I am very excited to get into weathering this lightsaber. I've been watching so many Adam Savage.
Can we just look at her background though? That shit is insane. That's so cool. Let me know if you guys want me to do that. I'll do that right here. I'll do it. Don't tempt me.
YouTube videos lately that I really wanted to get into the prop side of things, and I think weathering and aging a lightsaber is the best thing to do to start. Now on to the things that you will need. Of course, you're gonna need the lightsaber. You're gonna need some protective paper or a protective surface so you don't get anything dirty. You're gonna need some painter's tape. You're going to need some scrub sponges. I got these from Walmart for like $3. You're going to need some spray paint. I recommend getting black or maybe like a dark gray, and a clear coat for your lightsaber. Some optional things are leather, maybe some extra paints, and extra plugs and buttons.
Okay, I will say, leather grips, wow, they look so good. For one, they're really difficult to do right the first try. Because leather, if you don't have the right tools, it's hard to work with. I actually bought a leather hole punch and I had scissors. I don't know where they went, but I like special leather scissors. The only issue, so if it's a baselit or it's a Xeno and you don't plan on adding any fonts, or if it's a Profi and you don't plan on adding any fonts and unscrewing it, by all means, go for it. I wanted to add fonts to mine, so when I added the grip, every time I had to open up the saber to get into the Profi board, I would always have to take the grip off, and every time you put it on, it messes up and you have to readjust it. So it's just a hassle. So if you don't plan on opening your saber up, I recommend it. Grab some leather off Amazon or one of your local shops and make your own grip, man. It really adds to the saber. I also have videos of that on my TikTok. You gotta scroll back a little bit for those, but yeah.
If you really want to take that extra step into making your lightsaber look cool. So before we get into spray painting our lightsaber, of course we have to cover up all the things we don't want to spray paint. So we're going to be using painter's tape to cover up the charging port, the on and off button, all the places where it could possibly get damaged.
So I'm going to recommend this to you guys. This is what I do. Obviously you don't have to, but I spray my whole sabers 90% of the time. So for the one I gave her, I kept the silver from the base of the like how it came, but on most of mine, let me grab it. It's right behind me. Most of mine, I repaint the whole saber and I add my own black if it's black, or I add my own silver. So this one was originally black. I actually primered the whole thing, and then I added black to it. Right. So what I do is I sand it all down. I also take out the screw here and the screw here, or sometimes you have screws 2 on the front and 1 in the back. I take those out and I slide my internals and I take my blade out. That's normally how I do it. I'll show you guys this too. If you look, this is my weathering. Did some scorch marks, some scratches you can see on the top of the emitter and everything. I love how this is probably my best one yet. Anyways, like I said, I recommend taking your stuff out. If you're just doing like scratch weathering and you're not painting the whole thing, don't worry about it. Like, you could probably leave it in there and cover it up like she's doing. But I'd recommend taking everything out.
Do you think strength is a gift?
Love YouTube ads.
It's
LeBron James! I gotta buy YouTube Premium, sorry. My bad. Forgot on a new channel, I don't have it. You got more ads coming up? Okay, it doesn't show any, so hopefully not. So I would recommend getting an X-Acto knife.
I also recommend taping the inside of the hilt so that it doesn't get all over everything in there. That would be a nightmare. I also recommend covering the speaker at the bottom of the saber with some...
So what I did is I took a broom and I ripped the end of the broom off, and I actually stick the handle. Well, since I take all the blade and everything out, I stick the handle of the broom into the saber. That way I can hold the broom and I can turn it and spray it, so I don't have to like do one side, flip it over to the other. It comes out more consistent that way. So that's just another quick tip.
Painter's tape. Definitely don't want paint getting in there either. Just covering that up, and then I'm going to cut the excess tape. Now that you've fully taped your saber up, I recommend getting some sandpaper so you can sand it down before you paint it. If you don't sand it down, the paint won't stick as much. Alright, now that you've fully sanded down your saber, now we're on to spray painting the lightsaber. We're actually gonna go outside for this just because I don't want to spray paint inside of my room, because I do sleep in my room as well, and I don't want the smell of spray.
Who would have thought you sleep in a room?
My room.
That's crazy. Like, professional over here, she got gloves and everything. It took me an hour to get this open. You gotta squeeze the top, bro. Oh, you got it. She might be using primer and paint together. What I do is I use fast drying primer. It takes 20 minutes to dry, and then I sand that a little bit. It just sticks super good.
Hey! Now that the saber is fully...
So, real quick before she continues, the thing with weathering is it doesn't have to be perfect. That's why I like to weather my sabers, because if you mess up on a paint job, you just cover it with weathering. So like, for example, the saber I gave her, when I did the gold paint, it wasn't fast drying and I forgot. So I went to grab the saber and I was like looking at it and I was pulling the tape off and my thumb slipped a little bit and hit the gold paint and it left a little tiny thumbprint. So when I was doing the weathering with the silver paint, I just covered it. You can't even tell it's there. So if you guys want regular sabers, I can do it. I'll just have to take more time and be more careful. But with weathering, go ham. Even if you guys do this yourself, if you guys don't have someone do the paint job for you, bro, go ham. If you want a lot of weathering, do a lot of weathering. Like, this is a lot. This has the scorch marks and scratches all over. You can do minimal weathering where you just do the edges, like right here. I did a mix of weathering on this. I did some real weathering where I was like smacking it on the ground and rolling it around and shit. But I also used a bottle cap and I was scratching it. So like that's how I got the scratches on the top of the hilt, which came out really good. So go crazy, man. You don't just have to use paint. You can use real scratches if you want, because when you clear coat it, it'll kind of smooth it out and you won't feel it. So
spray painted and dry. I recommend getting gloves for this next step just so you don't get the spray paint.
I would too, but I'm
little,
too lazy, so I just
like
get
dust.
my hands covered.
So this
all
is
the time.
when you'll need the Scotch Brite scrubbing pads. These kind of act like a sandpaper type of thing, but not as abrasive, you know? So we're going to take the scrubbing pads, just start scrubbing away, kind of like the top.
So she actually takes a different approach than what I do. So if the saber is not silver to start, guys, if your saber is already black, you cannot do this. You can't paint it black and then scratch it off and get the silver. So if you look,
top layer.
See how it's starting to become silver? That's because she's taking the paint off. If your saber is already black, don't paint it black and then try and scratch it off. You could technically scratch off the original paint and hope that it's silver under. Just depending on the company you get it from, it could be kind of thick paint. So what I recommend doing, this is the way I love doing my weathering because it comes out exactly how you want it. Take a paintbrush, or before I found my paintbrushes, all I had on me was rope, and I just cut the rope and frayed the edge a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect, so I frayed the edge of the cut rope and I dipped it in silver paint, and then you just put scratch marks wherever you want them, and it comes out fantastic. But if your saber is silver, you can do it this way, and it'll probably come out even better because you're actually scratching the paint off. You know what I mean? So it really looks like scratch paint. Hers comes out pretty good too.
Of the paint. At this point, we can go ahead and take the tape off.
When you guys tape your sabers, make sure you don't go too heavy on the paint, because if you do, it'll seep through the paint. I had that issue on my first saber. I went too heavy because it wasn't getting the coating I want. Do light coats. I know it's like annoying because you gotta take your time, you gotta do multiple coats, but do light coats. It comes out 100% better. Just be patient. It really is worth it.
I'm really liking how it's turning out. It's looking good. All right, at this point, we can go ahead and take off this part.
So as you can see, she did a different style of weathering, and
Yeah,
I
so
really
now
do like how hers came out.
Base weathering
It just depends on
on
what you want.
the lightsaber. Now we're gonna go on to adding some, you know, some extra little final touches. So I have some leather pieces. I also happen to have some leather twine. So I feel like that would look really cool, kind of around this part of the saber with the leather kind of wrapping around the bottom.
So if you watch, she's gonna cover the part with leather that you untwist. So if you want to take your sabers apart, don't do it. Save yourself the trouble. Just do cool weathering. Comes out fine. But if you're gonna leave your hilt together, by all means do it because it looks even better. Stuff like that is really cool too. I forgot that she did this in this video, but like that little twist wrap, that probably feels good for the grip too. So I like that. I might steal that idea. Also, for you guys that want to do a samurai wrap or a katana hilt wrap, try it. Good luck. I've tried it a couple times. It's so difficult. It's so hard to make it right. So here you go. She's doing, is she adding silver or is that black? It looks like a silver wash, like a gray wash. Maybe it is black. Either way, this is basically what I did with the black, or the silver, sorry, around the edges. So like if you gotta think about if you threw the saber on the ground, where would the scratch marks pop up? And it's on anything that, see, there, here she goes doing silver. What you do is you dab, get a little bit of paint, rub it out a lot on a paper towel or a cloth so it barely has any on there, and then go in. That way you can go a couple times over the same spot and it'll add, but if you mess up and you only go over it once, you won't really see it. She's doing, it looks like she's doing like a goldish copper touch to it, which is insane. If you
now
guys
I'm starting to add some gold kind of splatter around the saber, kind of make it look a bit maybe dirty or battle worn. This you really can't mess up because you're just taking a sponge and just completely just going around the saber and not. This doesn't really take a lot of energy to do, so this you can kind of just put it anywhere, really.
She took her gloves off, her hands are dirty. Come on, Carly.
Also have some brown
You're not even using your own rules.
to go with.
She got the fancy paint too. I got some airbrush paint that I use because I have an airbrush as well. That actually leads me into what I was going to say. If you guys go on my TikTok, I highly recommend you check out one of my latest videos. I have 2 sabers in that video. I did a gray and black weathered one, and then I did a all black with a little bit of chrome that was already on the saber. But I did the emitter as like a burnt tip exhaust. Like, you know, when you get heat on metal, it turns to that like blue to orange to reddish color and then to gold. I did that, and Carly saw that. She was like freaking out when I showed her that. My friend, it was actually my friend Nick's saber. She was like, "How'd you do that? You use an airbrush." I could do a tutorial video actually on that one day. That'd be dope. It's my favorite thing to do on sabers. I think it looks so good and kind of realistic if you think about it. If that hot saber is coming out of the tip of a metal pipe, probably gonna get that colorization on there anyway. So I wonder if you can see that in the picture of me and him and her. I wonder if you can see the hilt. I'll check after
After some
this.
final touches with the weathering and a bit more paint detailing, this is the final
The gold
product.
looks really good.
I am actually I'm satisfied with it. I'm really satisfied with how it came out. It looks really battle worn.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't think about doing cracks.
I went to a Jedi temple and just found it
That's
underneath
sick.
some rocks.
Yeah, hers
But
comes
anyways,
out.
I
That's
really
like
hope you
heavy
guys had a
weathering.
wonderful time watching this video.
If that's what you
Maybe
like,
you learned
it's
a little
awesome.
bit from this.
I personally like a little
I
bit
hope
less, but
you guys
it came
did.
out
If you
amazing. I
enjoyed
didn't even
this
think
video
about doing
and would like
cracks.
to see more, definitely hit that subscribe button because I post a lot of things Star Wars related. I kind of want to make this a series where I weather a bunch of my lightsabers, but actually I really want to put a blade in it and see what it looks like. Woo.
Let's make it a series, Carly. Custom painted saber wars. Let's do it. Me and you versus.
This looks awesome.
It's dead.
If you guys ever end
She
up weathering
couldn't
your
turn it
lightsaber, I
on.
would love to see your final product. If you do, definitely tag me in your Instagram post. But thank you for watching, and I really hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!
Let's see if we can see that hilt. No, he's covering it up. Here, you guys look at Carly's outro. I'm gonna see if I can pull up my TikToker here. I could make you guys go check out the video or whatever, but you know what? I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna pull it up for you guys. All right? Because I know exactly which one it is. I can find it real quick, and I found it already. Look at that. Oh, where did it go? What? I just had it. I did a blaster. I did too much silver on that. I don't like how it came out, but it's not horrible. So here's my silver one. This is my saber. This is my scavenger hilt with a new pommel. I love how this one came out, and this is my buddy's. You guys can't tell me, bro. Like, you guys can't tell me that's not one of the sickest custom painted sabers you've ever seen. I'm jealous that I did it for him. I want it. I want that thing. Look at that. Look at that hilt, man. So we added blue down here. That was really difficult. It took him a while. He helped me do this saber, but it took me a while to tape off the blue. So we had to tape this off. This was originally black, so I didn't paint this one black or anything. This is the silver paint that I was telling you about. So you just take your brush or your rope or whatever, and you just add like scratch marks and shit. So this is my favorite part of any saber I ever did. So on the saber I gave away the first time, I custom painted it the same way. Didn't come out as good because it was my first try. This is my, like, I've tried it a couple times, not on saber. This is my second saber doing it, but I've tried it on like just paper and stuff like that. So the trick is you do the gold first, all the way up. Not all, you don't even have to go all the way, but you just do gold, like as far up as you can. And then you basically just make a straight line of the red and kind of fade it into the gold with the airbrush. I had the airbrush comes with a weird shaped handle. I got one that's more shaped like a gun. I haven't tried it yet. I actually have it. I think this is it right here. Yeah, so this one's shaped more like a gun. On the other one, it's basically just this top piece with a little trigger on the top. So I'm going to try that one here soon whenever I have some time to paint another saber. But, yeah, then you do the blue. So you do it backwards, and it comes out so good. But, anyways, we're going to go back to Carly's video. Go subscribe to Carly. Check her out on TikTok. I'm sure you guys, if you're here, you probably follow her already. But if you don't, go follow her. Yeah, so like, comment on this video. Let me know what you want me to react to. Check out my link tree in my bio of my TikTok. I have a Discord that I'm starting. I have my YouTube channel link in there, and then my Level Up Light link. So go check that out. Thanks for watching.